Hello, art bosses. Hey, you guys, it is Tuesday, and I'm super excited because today is the bonus day where we're going to be talking about the Champagne Room. My name is Renuha, and the Champagne Room is a tool that literally changed my business. It allowed for me to get back time in my business because all of the tools that I need were all in one place. I wasn't having to move leads from one place to another, making sure that I had updated lists so that I was including my most recent leads. I had been piecemealing my tool stack together over the years. So I was paying ClickFunnels $300 a month. I was paying ActiveCampaign as my list grew. It was more and more. Before I left ActiveCampaign, my email platform was close to $600 a month in order to just run my email systems. Then I was adding in my CRMs and my calendars and my social media schedulers. And just bit by bit, my tech stack cost was growing. When I found the Champagne Room, I was like immediately impressed with the fact that everything was all together. And instead of having to pop into all these different programs, all these different tools, and try to move all my information back and forth manually, it was all in one place. The minute that I moved over to the Champagne Room, I was able to step away from ActiveCampaign, which saved me over, it was close to $600 a month at that point. If your business isn't that big where you don't have enough leads yet that you're being charged per lead, it's totally okay. That's the purpose of having a system. It's actually to grow our leads and make sure that we have the number of emails that sustain our art business. So I'm super stoked about this tool because not only did it save me time, it saved me money. And also, as I started building this tool out, it's what allows for me to actually run three different businesses. I can't be in my social media 24/7, still produce artwork, still connect with artists and help them sell artwork, as well as manage a vacation rental business. So I absolutely love this tool. We're going to really dig into just the tool today. I also want to let you know that I had to pre-record this training. I saw that my call calendar was actually filled with calls today, so I'm not here live. But I want you to know that I am answering questions. I'm watching today in between calls. I'm coming in here and answering questions. I also want you to know that I'm gonna give you like a sneak peek back end view of the Champagne Room. We're just going to talk about the tool today, not going to really talk about the system that you need to set up. If you're using this tool, it assumes you have a system, right? We can't automate something that doesn't exist. So I'm just going to make that one statement and say, when we're using this tool, we have to have a system first. If we have this tool and no system, we just have another fancy thing that we don't end up using. Okay. So towards the end of this training, we are going to walk through a checklist. It's the main reason why not only do I recommend this tool, I recommend that you have the support and the expert that allows for you to understand how to transition this tool and actually automate your system. So we're going to be talking about the Champagne Room and why when you come into the Art Boss Business Builder, we actually pay for this tool for you because I believe in it so much and how it actually transforms businesses and literally gives your life back because you're no longer manually working in the online market trying to do all this heavy lifting. So we're going to just kind of follow a really simple presentation. It makes it really easy for me to kind of walk through some of the key features here. Okay. The Champagne Room is built in Go High Level. So for those of you who are tech aware or tech savvy, you've heard of Go High Level. You know that it is a huge tool that's been around for a long time. It's built by very smart people, and it's a very strong business model. You can go into Go High Level and you can just purchase this tool, and it's like a skeleton. Okay. It doesn't have your social media schedule or build out, doesn't have I'm going to show you guys all this. It doesn't have your emails already written in there. It doesn't have your sales funnels already created, your lead magnets already created. When you're working in the Champagne Room, you're working with a super smart, I'm going to introduce you to her, Melissa Ricker, who built out all of the structure in here. And this is a collaborative effort. when I was talking to Melissa, I'm like, my artists need all of the emails that I've already written. They need all of the lead magnets that I've already created. They need all of the how to create a sales pipeline, all of that information that I've already built in here. Can we just take that and can I share that with my art bosses? And she's like, absolutely. So I want you to know that I don't own this tool. This is owned by Melissa Ricker and it's built on Go High Level. So I just use the tool and I'm recommending it because it is already pre-built for artists. Okay. So I don't own it. I don't charge the monthly fee for it. It's not like I don't own this product. However, I work with Melissa on a weekly basis and we make sure that everything is working in here and everything is getting better week by week. The less work that you have to do, the better. If I'm already creating it, there's no sense for me not to just share what I've already built and give it straight to the folks who are moving their businesses forward. So let's just go ahead and jump on in. I want you to start thinking about this tool that it has the ability, and this is why I love this tool so much. The Champagne Room, when I moved everything into the Champagne Room, it allowed for me to manage my work-life balance. Okay. It allowed for me to still have an amazing selling event, even when life happened. Okay. So I kind of talk about like, have you ever had, and I want you to comment in the comments. Yes, I know that this is in replay, but I'm still going to be like checking the comments and I want to see if this makes sense to you, because if it doesn't make sense, if none of these things have ever happened to you, okay, you might not need the tool. Okay. Have you ever had, and I'm going to raise my hand because I've had all these things. Okay. Have you ever had a tornado or a hurricane? Had both happen exactly during your selling event. Maybe you were at a in-person event. You scored a really great booth in a really great show in Texas and a hurricane, like the clouds, the clouds came through and you're like, we got to get cover, right? And you're in cover wondering and hoping that your booth and all of your artwork is okay. Everything was fine. Thank goodness everything was fine. No tornado came through, but neither did the people. Neither did the people. So it ended up being a really amazing art show opportunity. However, because of the tornado and the rain, no one showed up. Okay. Have you ever had that happen? Again, a hurricane. I've been sitting in a hurricane. It knocked out the power, which then knocked out the internet. And so my selling event was derailed, right? Have you ever broken the internet in any other way, right? Like trees got cut down in your neighborhood and like they just took down the power line for a while, have a transformer explode just when you're getting ready to share your beautiful new collection of artwork. I mean, like just raise your hand and say, yeah, sounds familiar. How about having a selling event derail because you score this? I mean, I've had all these have happened. Okay. You're at this really great selling event. You're inside of a building or you're at this really great venue, and you find out that your booth is right next to the generator on a day that it's already 100 degrees and nobody's getting near the generator. They don't want the heat and they don't want it. They can't hear you, right? Or right next to the band. I mean, the band stage, you're like, yeah, I'm next to the stage. And then you realize you can't hear anything anyone's saying. And if you can't talk to someone, you can't close sales, right? That happened. What about having just life happen at home? Okay. Where you're like your personal life, your children, your family, your friends just need your love more than your business does. And it totally derails a selling event where you're like, I'm not going to be able to actually participate in the selling event that I spent weeks finding leads for, that I've invested both resources in time and money getting leads to listen and come to see my artwork. And then raise my hand, your 17-year-old son in high school gets suspended and you have to pick him up. Okay. It just happens to be at the time where you're going to be really having your aha, wonderful, beautiful selling event, and you have to go pick up I like just 17-year-old son. Okay. I've also had, like on a more serious note, had loss of family members during event. It's not a matter of if something's going to happen. It's more of a matter of when. And when it does happen, what are you going to do so that your selling event isn't derailed? Okay. This tool is the tool that I used when my son, when I wasn't able to show up during my selling event. It's the tool that I use to quickly identify and put my selling event back on track and close 20K the week after. Okay. So we're like, this is an amazing tool. It's why I'm super stoked. It's also the tool that allows for me to really put my selling business that just happens on 2 days a week, and it clears out the rest of the week, the other 5 days that happen in the week. I don't have to sell because my system is generating and collecting leads and moving them down the path to the sale, so that on Monday morning, I open up my lead list and I know who I'm going to be working with for the next 2 days. So it's super amazing. I'm going to show you a few little demos. It's more the back end to show you how we do this. And we're just going to go ahead and dig on in. So let me pull up the presentation. It just really starts out with, you guys, life happens. When we're business owners, it's not a matter of like, I'm going to have 6 months, I'm going to have a year and a half, and nothing's going to get derailed. Okay. It's exactly the opposite. We have to actually have a system and the tools that allow for us to adjust when our life needs more of our love than our business does. Okay. So let's go ahead and just kind of jump on in. I totally explained why I'm so stoked about the Champagne Room. I use it to keep my selling events from derailing when life happens. And when like life happens and my selling event derails, I actually learn we're going to talk about purchase indicators, some key purchase indicators that I can set up in my whole entire system and collect that data that actually helps me sell more artwork now, like continually. This is just kind of a little bit of coaching and training here before I show you the tool. We have to have a client tracking system. That's the main thing I want to show you today. If you're not tracking your client from the minute that they have their first look at what you're doing, that's why on day one, we talked about you need to be able to see who is visually dining on your artwork. Okay. And when you have a tool that allows for you to say who, you can move them through and you can start tracking them through your system. So the big picture, I have a ton of training on this inside of the Business Builder. I'm just going to give you the 2-minute kind of rundown on this. We have to be tracking how our clients moving through our system from the minute they have their first look to where they start engaging with us, likes, hearts, thumbs up, comments. That's beautiful. Love it. Okay. We have to create purchase intent behavior milestones. We have to track, right? When we talk about giving your client everything they need to say yes, you need to understand what that is. What are the purchase intent behaviors that tell you someone's lining up and they're like they're stepping forward and they're telling you that they need what you have and you are giving it to them. Okay. There are multiple purchase intent behaviors. I just kind of have 2 here for the sake of keeping this slide really short. It depends on your business, how many purchase intent behaviors you can collect. The more, the better. In my opinion, it allows for you to get more information on your client. We then move them to the place where we have to track who has seen our offer, that signature offer that we're creating. If you don't have a signature offer, well, we'll help you build one, but we need to track who actually saw our signature offer. And then the decision matrix comes off here. We either have them as a new client, right? They either said not yet. So any objection like, your price is too high. I don't like the colors you used. All those things. That is not a no. That is a not yet. And we move them into our hot leads pile in that really beautiful place where we can continue to give them everything they need to say yes. And there will be people through this process that we can clearly see are not a good fit. Okay. That's actually a choice we make. It is not a choice that our customer makes. If our customer says no, not yet, but they stay inside of our selling system, they're still a hot lead. Okay. If they say no and they jump out of our system, thank you. You just saved me time and money focusing on trying to close you when you were never going to close anyway. Okay. So when someone says no and jumps out of your sales funnel, that is not a bad thing. That's a great thing. Okay. But the not a good fit, I want to be really clear with that. That is decisions that you make based on they're not hitting your purchase intent or they're totally not your ideal client. Okay. So Why is this important? We have to have this overall system that allows for us to start tracking what happens. And this is just simplifying the whole process. I want you to start thinking of your whole entire system as a pipeline that allows for you to literally, when I talk about walking your ideal client down the path of the sale, it's true. This is exactly what we do. We start tracking who has looked at our artwork. We start tracking who's engaging in our artwork. We start tracking who is clicking on our lead magnets, who is checking out our artwork at our websites, who is opening up our emails, and we start tracking those people along our pipeline. And we also have to track who is seeing our offer. If you don't have a way to collect to see who's looking at your artwork and who's seeing your offer, you need this tool to be able to do that. Okay. And then they either become a client, right? They stay inside of the pipeline. Okay. They get stuck somewhere in this pipeline, or they either move to be a client or we choose to pull them out. Okay. So it's a really beautiful, simple pipeline. It takes the infographic, it puts it into literally, this is a timeline. And when someone gets stuck at the engaged place, we need to start giving them more content and information to move them to that purchase indicator number 1, number 2, number 3, whichever one that you want to move them to. It sounds super simple, and it is super simple. It's actually the building of the system, and matching that with the tool is what we help you do inside of the Business Builder. Okay. So this is actually a screenshot of the pipeline. Okay. So this exact same pipeline that I've set up here, I run it whether I'm selling artwork, whether I'm selling vacation rentals, or whether I'm selling how to sell more artwork online, right? So we have the people. Okay, so it actually starts right here. Okay, in engagement. Okay, the people who are our first look, those are our leads. They're sitting in our social media. They're sitting inside of our email list. They're sitting inside of the people who are looking at our website. Okay, they are everywhere. We're collecting that data first. This pipeline starts right at the engagement level. Okay. So they've told you by registering or clicking on a lead magnet that they're super interested in what you're doing, and you literally collect their cards. You collect information. It's like you're collecting their business card and you're building out all the information. So you can see there are cards. There's a list of people here who are interested in the offer to just come and see and visually dine on more of my artwork during the selling event. I love using the power of a Facebook group. I like Facebook groups because I can now, this is a purchase intent. When someone actually says, yes, I would love to see more of your artwork, Ren, then they actually move to the place where the artwork is going to be displayed. It's a purchase indicator. Okay. So I love having and using a really simple tool like a Facebook group to do that. I then start tracking inside of that Facebook group who's engaging before I have the amazing unveiling of my new art collection. I also track and the people who are coming in and actually coming to the event. When I'm running the event, the day of the event, who is engaging, who is listening to my presentation, who saw my signature offer. I have to be able to see who saw my signature offer. And then we move them either into a client. They move either they're a client, or this over here says NAGF, not a good fit. Okay, so you can start seeing how when we run a system, when we actually use the tool, this is how this is the exact tool I used to put a event that derailed back on track. Whether it was one that I got set next to a really hot generator or the loud band, whether it's when the hurricane came through or when the tornado came through, because I have a lead list, I can run this whole entire system on and offline so that even if I don't close any sales when I was in Texas, I still was able to run the entire event in the online market. Okay. So when my son, I got the call from school from my son, we were here. Okay. People had attended the live event and they were getting ready, but I wasn't able to run my actual offer event. Okay. They'd started to see some of the things I was offering. However, I wasn't able to be live at the event with them. So they saw the offer, but I wasn't able to talk to them afterwards. I wasn't able, just like when people come through your booth at a show, we're running the system the same way. When people show up, you want to be able to have conversations with them, and I wasn't able to do that. So I got derailed right here. And so the day after, I then started right here there were at the time about 30 people who had seen the offer. And so I started right here saw my offer and started reaching out to them personally. And that's how I closed $20,000 the week after my derailed event. My sales goal was 15,000. I ended up closing more than what I originally had set my goal for. And so guess what? Now this whole entire process, the derailing process that happened and how I got it back on track, it's now part of my normal closing process. So it's it's actually super fun when your event gets derailed, when later on, when you fix the problem and you see it actually now is the key to getting more sales. Okay. So feel free to leave questions in the comments below. I really just want you to see the practical applications for the tools. And we're going to kind of move into a little bit more of what it looks like behind the scenes. I want you to see, I'll even pull up some of the tool and we'll just click around in it. But this is the best news ever. Okay. It is actually what you're going to be using to start saving time. And I'm even going to tell you it's going to start saving you money in your art business. Okay. So my favorite feature in the Champagne Room is the CRM. It's what I just showed you, that pipeline, because it actually tracks my clients' actions and the engagement that they are having with me, so I can see who is getting ready to purchase. I can take, instead of trying to sell, okay, instead of trying to sell to, I don't know, the 100,000 people that I need to have see my artwork on a monthly basis, and try to sell to 100,000 people, I actually get this beautiful bucket of just maybe 30 people who are getting ready to purchase. And it allows for me to actually get results from the work that I'm doing. Okay. So this is the Champagne Room. It's everything that you're going to need all in one place. At the very beginning, I let you know that one of my favorite things about this tool is, instead of piecemealing all of your tools together where you have to be like, okay, I'm running a sales funnel over here. I need to make sure I get the leads into my email container. And then with my email container, when I track like who opened my email, I got to pop that back over into my sales funnel. And it's a lot of manual moving of information from here to there. And this tool, everything's all in one place. So the information is just right there inside of the tool. It is called the Champagne Room. It is built, and I've said it before, it's built on Go High Level. So if you're tech aware or tech savvy, you're familiar with this tool. And the Champagne Room is built by Melissa Ricker, and it is an amazing tool. I'm going to give you all of my emails, my funnels, the calendar, the pipelines, everything, the ones that I know that work, the whole system that we use. I don't charge for that. I've already built it. It's already sitting there, and I just simply share that with you. So you'll be working with the Champagne Room. Will be a charge that goes through the Champagne Room. If you come into the Art Boss Business Builder, if you simply book your call to come into the Art Boss Business Builder by the end of today, that's Tuesday, the end of today, then I'm going to pay for this tool for you. I'm going to reduce the cost of the Business Builder. I want to encourage you to at least test it out in the free zone for 6 months. And that's how much I believe in this tool and the power of what it can do for you. So these are the free Art Boss ads that we give to you when you purchase the Champagne Room for Artists. It's got the pre-built tools for artists, the funnels, the emails, the pipelines, everything that I built out. I just share it with you. And inside of the Art Boss, we show you how to use the tool. Okay. You're going to get two access points for libraries. You're going to work with Melissa's team for all of the tech and the really difficult tech build outs. What the heck? They spend an hour with you, and they connect your domain, they connect your email, they connect you to the business analytics if you want to do that. They do all of the things that are the really high techy stuff. But to be honest, when I started building my own tech stack piecemeal, it could take me a month and a half to 2 months to figure out how to integrate stuff. Okay. They get you on a call and in 1 hour, they put it all together. You probably won't even understand what they're doing. That's okay. It's done for you. Okay. And they give you access to, and I'm going to show you their library so that you can see all of the amazing things that are inside of Melissa library in the Champagne Room. Then what we do here at the Art Boss is you work with Katie Ford. She is a Go High Level expert. And when you're like, okay, I've got my form set up, I've got my funnel set up, but how do I actually link that to the right emails? And how do I make sure that everything is flowing? How do I make sure that the system I'm running the tool is actually running that system for me? That is strategy, and Katie is there to help you with strategy. You also have access to me during our business planning, and we can even talk more about the strategy. And we do lots of flow charts. I absolutely love helping you guys create this flow chart. So then you come on board in the Business Builder, you get the Champagne Room for free. You're getting all of these things for free. We're going to show you how to use the tool as well. It's an additional meeting that you have. And for the first 3 people who come into the Art Boss Business Builder, we build that lead magnet for you. Okay. The very first thing that you need to start getting more leads. Why? Because I want you to, the very first, like, as soon as you have the Champagne Room, that you're able to actually start getting leads. You have something out there getting leads for you. Okay. This is the link to check out the Champagne Room. Okay, you do have an option here to purchase just the Champagne Room if that's all you want. If you're like, nope, I'm really tech savvy, I've already built my system, and I just like this tool sounds freaking amazing. I'm going to show you that. We're going to pull it up. I'm going to pull up this link and we're going to take a look at it together. But I do want to leave it up here. Okay. If you have a question, whether you're ready to go on your own or you actually want the support from the Art Boss Business Builder, book a call. Book a call. We'll walk through this checklist together because I want to make sure that if you're not at minimum tech aware, that you're actually leveraging and getting the support that you need here to use this tool. Okay, so I haven't pulled up my, I need to share screen really quick so that we can do this. And then we can start sharing screen. I want you to see this tool. Okay, perfect. All right, let me pop back here and pull up the screen. Okay, so I think you may have seen that. Okay, so here it is. Here's the Champagne Room. Okay, we have a Pop the Cork challenge, which is how to set up your first lead magnet. This is I'm introducing you to Melissa Ricker. I know you can't hear the sound because it just doesn't come through, but this is Melissa. She's going to walk you through everything that is included in the Champagne Room, and I want to just for a second pop back here and okay, look at you while I say this. That Champagne Room is used by many different businesses. Okay, the Champagne Room that I'm giving you is built out specifically for artists, but when you watch and you start listening to what Melissa's talking about, you're going to hear that her clients range from high ticket, like selling 7 figures plus in products. And she works with a lot of service providers. I mean, like yoga teachers, local businesses to help them use this tool. So when you're listening to this, keep that in mind. This tool is so huge and so powerful that other businesses are using this tool as well. Okay, so let's see here. Let me pop back here because I do want to walk through this a little bit. Okay, it's really a great page to learn more about the Champagne Room, all of the stuff that's inside of the Champagne Room. I'm not going to testimonials from current clients. I'm not going to spend a ton of time really digging into this because you can look at this yourself. This is one of the things I want to talk about, 24/7 support. You're working on that on the weekend at 2 o'clock in the morning. They have inside of this tool 24/7 support. I'm going to tell you, I've on the weekend, like on a Saturday at 8 a.m. in the morning, popped in a question into the live chat. And within 20 minutes, I have an answer and a solution. I'm like, oh, there it is. Okay, I totally understand. Okay, so if you want to get started, there's AI in here. We're going to be talking about that in a minute. This is really the most important part where I want you to see that as your business grows, okay? If you're sitting in a place where you're like, well, I only have 100 emails, okay? I don't need to spend, I'm not spending $600 a month to manage my email list. I'm just going to say it with love. I'm going to say we might have found your sales problem, okay? If you don't have enough leads, that's where we start. We got to get you leads. We got to have a system that brings in email addresses, grows your following in social media, sends more people to your website, and really keeps this whole conversation going. It's day 2 of the challenge. That's what we talked about. This right here is a really accurate list of all of the different tools that you can piecemeal together and how quickly it can add up to thousands of dollars a month instead of spending $3,000 a month for the coaching and the training and the 24/7 support and the AI and all the stuff that's in here. It's $347 a month to have this tool. If you're not spending $347 a month yet, you will as we build your business base, because we want you to be able to close more sales. Do you see that we're giving you the system and the tools that allow for you to close way more than $347 a month? Okay, so let me see here. You can go ahead and check it out. $347 a month. She's going to pay 2 months for you if you do the annual plan. Super amazing. And remember that if you come into the Art Boss, we are going to pay that for you. Okay, so let me go ahead and pop this back onto the stage. Okay, I want you to check it out on your own. If you're a researcher like I am, I'm going to make sure that you have all the information that you need, but don't get stuck in research paralysis, because we know this. We talked about this on day 2. Research paralysis is expensive because it keeps you from getting what you want. Be like Cindy. Okay, I'm going to give you some testimonials here. She was running manually her powerhouse combination. We talked about that on day 2. She was sharing how she uses her social media to sell right there in her social media. Now she adds in to her social media an end of month pressure launch that's connected to that. It runs every single month on its own. 2 days before the end of the month, it's an already set up funnel system for you with the emails you need, and you just plug in your offer and your message and you go. And at the end of the month, you either have a calendar. I'm going to show you a calendar in a minute. You can fill your calendar with free consult calls, or you can take a look at your email and all the people who have purchased your offer. Okay, so it's super amazing. Already preset. That one was built by Melissa. It's super powerful. You can be like Karen. Karen has a post out in social media that got 5,000 likes and like 600. It's grown since I took this screenshot. But she didn't expect for this piece to go viral. Okay, that's the thing. Sometimes when we're running our social media, we just have a piece that goes viral, a post that goes viral. And she's like, I don't have time to reach out to 5,000 people as well as 634 people. Okay. We have tools inside of the Business Builder that we can use. I'm sorry, inside the Business Builder and the Champagne Room, that we can track those people who have commented, and we can start sending email sequences that are, if they're in our system already, we can start sending email sequences. We can start sending lead magnets to them to see if they would like to learn more about our artwork. And even if she only got 10% of the leads that are here, it's still, what would that be? It's 500 leads. Okay. It's kind of crazy. I'm going to tell you, she probably can get way more than 10% when she takes this, and she can actually leverage the power of who is here. These are followers right now, but we need to turn them into leads. Okay. So she's using the Champagne Room to constantly just work through this lead list to see who would be who, right? Again, the who, the name, the contact information, the email address, who would like to know more. This is what the Champagne Room looks like, and it's a really beautiful tracking. It's got a lot of infographics in here. This is just a quick screenshot. It's really showing you all of some of your key tags, what percentage of people are getting ready to purchase. It's just a really nice visual. And also on the very first landing page, this right here, I didn't screenshot it. This is your task list. So when you know that you need to follow up with someone, maybe someone says, oh my gosh, absolutely love your artwork. I'm moving and I'll be in my new house in 3 weeks. You can set a to-do list for you that reminds you, right? Check back with Sally. She just moved into her new house and she told you to check back. Okay. So you can have a whole, like this can get really meaty and wonderful and could be another lead area that you just need to follow up with people who said, not yet. This is your lead report. It's a beautiful lead report that can actually track the people that you need to be following up with. So I absolutely love that's the very first page when you come in. I had to screenshot it. This is what it looks like. You have on the left, you have this beautiful menu that allows for you to navigate where you're working in the champagne room. I kept this page up because there's some really sweet things that we don't even get time to talk about, but I know will be super sexy. Yes, they have an app that you can put on your phone so you can track your leads on your phone. You might not always have your computer with you. Also, I like this one. Not everybody needs this one, but if you already have a website built on WordPress, we can move your WordPress website in here instead of having to rebuild it. I mean, just some really great stuff here. If you want to kind of like watch later in replay, or this is replay. If you want to just put it on hold and read some of the other things that are in here, it's great. But there are so many tools in here. We don't have time to talk about them. I want to kind of just highlight the big ones. This is a screenshot of my scheduler for social media. I connect all of my social media assets right here. And you can see that I can post also. I create post. And the most beautiful part about this is we can create a spreadsheet that we literally upload into the champagne room. And we can set it to the post to all of our social media outlets. So well, I get so excited that I can't. So in the Business Builder, we meet every single week to build content. And this is one of the most powerful things. Within 3 months, we can have a 3-month social media calendar that we literally recycle. We take that spreadsheet, upload it here, and you just plug it and go. And you don't worry, right, about, oh, what do I need to post today in my social media? It's like we do it one time. We create our social media calendar for a quarter, and then we just upload it quarter after quarter. We just modify it and season it based on, well, I should say we just modify it based on the season of what's happening during that quarter. Super powerful. Right there, a huge time saver. This is just a big picture of all of the emails that you're getting. Inside of every single one of these folders has a whole set of emails that are already pre-written for you. So like when someone comes in to your, let's see which ones, if I can read. These are, again, I know you might want to stop this and read through here. This is for like if someone just first comes into your Facebook group, there's a whole entire series of Facebook welcome emails that you can send out. Okay, so lovely. This is Camille. Okay, if you want to be like Camille. Camille is super amazing artist. Like she is the hardest worker I know. She actually will go to the top of her funnel and close sales. Those all the like tens of thousands of people who are looking at her artwork. She'll start trying to close those sales. And she's like, everybody keeps on telling me my product's too expensive. When she started using the champagne room, it allows for her to collect those people who are saying beautiful, pull them into her system, okay, and stop talking to the freebie seekers. She's after her lead list on a weekly basis so that she's just talking to the people through their purchase indicators that are getting ready to purchase. So she's like, I'm not so exhausted trying to close every single person who says my artwork is beautiful. Instead, I want to talk to the people. Yeah, they said my artwork is beautiful, but they also have indicated through their purchase indicators that they're getting ready to purchase. Oh, by the way, this is also the artist during the week when I've been talking about artists who raised her price from 2K to 5K, and like they did her client didn't even blink an eye, didn't say, oh, that's too expensive. Okay. This is Louise. She is a big business owner. She runs a brand marketing company as well. And when she first came on and she started using the tool, she's like, yeah, sure. It's in the free zone. I'll take a look at the tool if you're paying for it for me. And within 3 days, she came back and she's like, you don't talk about all the powerful things that are in here. Like, I had no idea how powerful this tool is. She's literally moving now her branding business over. She's moving over all of her websites because the WordPress is in here. And she's like, I'm saving so much money. Thank you so much. Okay. This is an example of a calendar. Okay. When we are working inside of our business, we can connect Google Calendar here. So all of our personal things get put in here, all of what we do in our business on a weekly basis. You see all the green. That's what I block off to like do artwork. Okay. So I already have it blocked off so that I can create artwork. I can go, like I live in Washington, D.C. I have an amazing set of classes I can go to and decompress. I take art classes. I love taking art classes. So you can see that I'm blocking off time for personal things. Anything in green kind of, it means either it's something personal or I blocked it off to do something I want to do. The purple is all of the training that either I'm taking from my coaches or the training that's provided in the Business Builder. And the yellow is when I open up my calendar for to talk to clients. Okay, so these are all of the client calls that I have during a week. Okay, so you can have that set up. So just being able to walk away from my email provider alone. Okay, the ActiveCampaign, it saved me thousands of dollars a year. Being able to put everything together and not have to go to a calendar, like a Google Calendar and a Calendly, and try to figure out, like, I was double booking all the time until I really brought in this tool. I also now can literally block off, right? What you saw was my calendar during a selling week. When you look at my calendar, when it's a non-selling week, it's Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. I take Mondays and Fridays off so that I can be doing what I want, which is creating artwork. And also it's when I put in the time for the vacation rental. Okay. So here are your options. Okay. If you're like, I am so intrigued by the Champagne Room, I want you to pop on over there and I want you to check it out. Okay. When you have the option to just pay for the Champagne Room alone, okay, or you can get 6 months free. And how do you get 6 months free? Just book a call with me. That book a call link is right here. Okay, launch.karenouha.com/book. I also want to show you quickly the support and the training library that you get from Melissa and her team. Okay, so let me go ahead and pull that up and grab it. Let's see here. Yeah, here we go. So you get the Champagne Room training library. Okay. How to get support directly from Melissa and her team. Okay. How to become get affiliate, how to pop the cork challenge. That's how to set up your first lead magnet. And then right here, getting started with the Champagne Room software. This is all of the training to set everything up. And also, don't forget to get on your onboarding call. All the integrations, how to set up contact and messaging, how to build your website, how to create forms, how to automate. A lot of this is new. That's why we're going to walk through this. The next step, we're going to walk through this. And all of the SOPs and checklists that Melissa's already built for you, how to create a lead magnet funnel, how to set up your business information. I mean, it's endless. It's basically endless. How to create amazing email deliverability. Okay. It's just kind of crazy. If you're an artist who also teaches classes, maybe you teach people how to up level their skill set. Maybe you teach painting classes or sculpting classes. You also have video hosting here. You have where you can literally deliver all of your content automated to your beautiful new clients. Calendar. I mean, I'm just going through this now because I want you to see it. Also, you have a behind the scenes tech where Melissa provides you free monthly training on how to reduce your no-show rates. If you're running a system where you're putting people on your calendar and you have a sales call with them or a call where you're going to really get to know them and what they want for their commission piece, You got to make sure the no-show rates. I love all this stuff in here. How to create a strategic replay dashboard, an abandoned cart series. So if you know that people are putting stuff into your website cart, but you don't know how to like go back after them. There's so many here, and the one right here that is the best one, and I'm so impressed by, is this pressure launch, the end of month pressure launch. She shows you everything that you need to do. Okay, so I just wanted you to see that as well. Wanted you to see that you're not only getting support from Art Boss, you're also getting support from Melissa's team as well. Okay, so let's see here. Pop this back in. We're coming to a close here. Make sure you're posting questions below. I want you to make sure you're grabbing a clarity call with me, book a call. If you're kind of like, I don't know if I need support from the Art Boss or if I just kind of want to go it alone, I'm going to walk you through this checklist because I don't want you to be spending $347 a month and then get in there and go, I'm actually just going to make sure that you're not tech unaware. Okay, because I know that $347 a month sounds a whole lot better than getting the full understanding of what you need to be doing, right? And this is one of those things where you're going to have to make a decision how much time you want to spend to figure this out on your own, or do you want the help creating the system and then understanding how to build the tools around your system. Okay, and it's total. I'm going to be supportive of you either way. So if you choose just to do the champagne room, you're still getting the support that you need with all of my emails, my sales funnels, my pipelines. I'm going to still be giving those to you for free. Okay. I don't charge for that. It's still the same price, whether you just work with Melissa or you work with me. And we also have the opportunity, if you get into the champagne room and you get into kind of a crazy situation where you're like, I just need some tech support to understand how to apply this to my system, we can definitely get you connected to Katie. And we just give you, based on what your needs are, we'll give you a quote, what that would cost to work with just Katie. Okay. Super amazing. I want to bridge you and get you guys what you need. And that's what I'm here for. It's really just having a support system and having someone that you know when you get stuck in your business, that you have a team of people who want you to continue moving in your business. Okay, so let me see here. Let me add this to the stage. I should have been doing that. That should have been there. Okay. Let me see. I think that's it. That's it. So this is one of those things where the tool is super sexy, and you could see how it overwhelmed day 1 and day 2 when I showed the demos of the tool. It like gets everybody really really excited. The tool by itself without a system doesn't close sales. You have to have a sales system. If you have a sales system, I would love to show you how to automate that system. If you don't have a system, okay, you're like, I'm just doing shotgun. We'll show you how to set up the system. Even just the system alone, running the system closes hundreds of thousands of dollars in sales in a year when you do everything manually. But you finally most artists finally get to the place where like, I'd like to have my time back. And so the investment inside of the champagne room is super important. Okay. So I think that is about it. Yeah, I think that's about it. I'm going through all of my notes, making sure that you have what you need. Book a call. Okay. If you're like, I don't know if I can go it alone or if I really need to get some additional support, we'll walk through this checklist, and ultimately you're going to make the decision on this. And I want you to be as well informed as you can be when you're making this decision. So it's a really pretty great deal that you're getting this champagne room for free inside of the Business Builder. So if you're kind of at that place where you're like, I'm tech aware, but not at the place where it won't take me hours to figure out how to do this on my own, then this is a super amazing deal that we're making you to come into the Business Builder. Okay. Business Builder closes on Tuesday at midnight. That is this evening. But I know that my calendar, you kind of saw my calendar, it's booked. I don't think I have any more appointments. That was on Friday's calendar. I didn't have any more appointments. So I opened through Friday. And if you would like to grab a spot on my calendar, just work through what you need to do next. Grab a spot on my calendar and we'll get you where you need to be working right now. Perfect. All right, you guys, you have a really great rest of your day. I will talk to you.